Hi, Zach. How are you?
Hello, Amelia.
What's good, Zachariah? Got my parts yet?
As promised, rotor, stator, and thermic regulator.
Damn. Nice work. Keep up like that and you might start growing on me again. We're gonna get my baby back on the road! Great. Now that I've got everything, I can actually start on the repairs. But it's gonna take a day, at least. And once I start, I'm gonna be neck deep in it, so if you need me for anything else, I ain't gonna be available.
Works for me. Sure you'll be able to get it working again, soon enough.
Damn straight. Even if you lost your legs, I could get you going again. Now get out and let me work.
Welcome, welcome. What's your pleasure? What are you looking for?
Did you hear about that mutant who got lynched? I want to know who did it.
I see. But why do you think I would know anything about it?
You know what goes on in that neighborhood like any merchant should. And you don't think that this kind of story is bad for business? The mutants are furious. You really want them to turn the whole city upside down in order to find the culprit?
You're not wrong. I guess that we'd better turn in the culprits and be done with it. It's a gang of fanatics from the temple that lynched that poor guy. Oh, it was awful.
Why didn't you do anything then?
It was an angry crowd, and I mean, I have nothing against mutants, of course, but...
A spine like a jellyfish, but it walks like a human. Thanks for the information, I guess. Gentlemen, you are responsible for an awful crime. It's pointless to try to deny it. Several witnesses saw you. You didn't even try to be discreet.
We didn't have to hide. We're carrying out a divine mission, and nobody will prevent us from doing so. Not even you. Come on, guys! For the shadow! Hey! Get that Stop by the shadow. Stop. Yes. Yes. We killed the soulless mutant. But who cares? They gave their souls to the sun and betrayed the shadow. And their horrid forms became punishment. Why does it concern you?
Whatever your superstitions, over here, mutants are free. And believe me, when they learn that you're behind all this, I wouldn't bet that you'll get out of this alive.
No, no! I beseech you, don't tell them. Think about the turmoil it will create in the city, the riots. How about raising their doubts over something else? You would be rewarded.
Hey there.
What do you want, human?
Regarding the investigation you asked me to do.
Did you find anything? Who killed our brother?
Listen, you were right. It's the gang of fanatics that's behind this murder. But you shouldn't seek vengeance. I know that it's hard to hear, but you're gonna start a riot in town, and innocent people will get hurt, maybe killed.
Listen, man, you look straight. And I thank you for turning in the culprits. But when it comes to the rest, forget it. It's not your business. You're not a mutant. We're gonna make those scumbags pay, and that's that.
Take a look. Good as new. Like she's right off the factory floor.
Okay, great. So we can get anywhere we need to go?
To the horizon and back if you need to. Hi, Zach. How are you?
Hello, Amelia. I'm fine, thanks. How this dome will match up to the one in Ophir.
The one in Ophir? That was your Technomancer hideout, right? I was always curious, but I wasn't allowed near it. Due to confidential shit.
Yes, it used to be some sort of museum. It was a fascinating place.
Looks more like a pile of rocks to me. Let's hope this other one is in better shape. Otherwise, that doohickey thingamajig you're looking for will be really hard to find.
If the dome is really off the grid, then it could still be in good condition. But we should be ready for anything. The scavengers could have beat us to the punch and scrapped and sold it. How big is it? Should we be able to spot it from afar?
I wouldn't bet on it. If I understood correctly, there'll be some small housing domes. But what we're interested in is the archives of these ancient inhabitants.
Heritage. What a funny little... The offspring of those who built the dome probably reside in our cities. Or perhaps even one of us is a great... And yet here we are, chasing after old ruins so we can rummage for answers on our ancestors. How remarkably absurd, isn't it?
We have the turmoil to thank for that.
I find humans' curiosity towards the domes curious. Why do you pursue them and other artifacts with such zealotry?
I don't want to be mean, Phobos, but as a mutant, you've become something else. Isn't it hard to keep revering something that brings back memories of those who used and exploited you?
Yes, but no matter what happens, Earth is a forbidden fruit, and for that, we choose to forge ahead and not dawdle in the past.
I can't wait to see it. I've never seen an intact colonial dome. There are only a few ruins in the canyon leading to Noctis, and they are in such a terrible state. Most are so badly destroyed that you'd need a pretty strong imagination to call them domes.
I really hope we find something there. With Great Master Ian dead and our archives lost, it's pretty much our only hope of getting back in touch with Earth.
This is the famous dome in the sands. What do you hope to find here, Zach? You never did tell me what you were hoping to find in these ruins.
I made a promise, a vow as a Technomancer, that I'd find a way to contact Earth. So finding a beacon would mean... everything.
Headquarters of Great.
You can't be sure till we're inside.
Ah, yes. Silent but smart. No, that's not how... Anyway, there's probably fascinating traces of itself. That it'd be quite disturbing and frankly impossible. Yeah, I do enjoy these little walks. We should have done this earlier.
You do know it wasn't... No, just forget it. Can't do this. Can't do this.
Honey, not a joke, haha funny, more like our forefathers thought it necessary to store insulation parts. Peculiar, but maybe the climate has changed since the turmoil. Honey, not a joke, haha funny, more like our forefathers thought it necessary to store insulation parts. Peculiar, but maybe the climate has changed since the turmoil. Honey, not a joke, haha funny, more like our forefathers thought it necessary to store insulation parts. Peculiar, but maybe the climate has changed since the turmoil.
I'm real glad you're here. Would have had a hell of a time opening that gate alone.
Happy to help. Once we open it, though, I am going back to the rover. This dome's exciting, but you have enough company as it is.
Zachariah Rogue in the flesh. Guess some rumors are true after all. Time to take out the trash. Kill them all.
Technomancer like yourself, isn't he?
He's not like me. He's a Technomancer's son, and he was never initiated.
Yes. No, of course. Not like you in so many ways. An unpleasant man. But still like you in other ways.
All right, Scott. Whatever. I just don't want to spend another moment thinking about him. This tablet's obviously ancient, but the text's undecipherable. This'll make for one hell of a translation job. Great Master Ian's the only one who could have read it. Maybe Dandolo's heard of another Technomancer who could, though. Sean was right. Can't open this door without another Technomancer. Can't believe Alan was here.
Talk about climbing the corporate ladder, right? Fucker's now the alpha Technomancer of abundance.
How can he vouch for Victor, the man who caused the death of our great master? I knew Alan was ambitious, but to that extent?
That boy's always been an envious little deviant. I'm sure he was eager to. Do you remember how he pranked you back in school, like when...
Scott, I'd rather keep my embarrassing childhood stories to myself.
Oh, but it was him. Don't feel ashamed.
There will always be men who will sell out for phony rewards. Give him a medal, a pompous title, and he'll ask you where and when to turn in his mother. This infection of Uncurbed greed happens even among mutants. Just look around. You've seen the pen. Some of the Guardians are mutants themselves. And they can be the harshest of them all, disciplining for the sake of breaking in their batons.
You taught your rival a lesson. Now we should know better than to run after you.
If I know Alan, it'll only get worse.
At least we found some information, even if we can't read it. How's your ancient hieroglyphics, Zach?
No, I can't. Nobody I know can, except Great Master Ian. It's a coded language that's nearly impossible to learn.
Dandolo will find you a translator. Let's hope it's worth it, and not something boring like a soup recipe.
We should be relieved we saved the tablet. I can't imagine what the traitor would have done if he got his hands on it.
Even if he couldn't read it himself.
Zachariah, what can I do for you?
You want to attack a convoy to reignite a war? You know how many people die in those wars? How many are mutilated? Taken prisoner?
Not precisely, but I think I have a clear idea of the numbers, yeah. Every battle has its purpose, Zachariah Mancer. Abundance has fought Aurora for years for more power, out of idealism that their philosophies are more righteous than Aurora's. We don't just fight the corporations because of their damned ideals. What we do for our survival. For the survival of the misfits of Mars, the rejected, the poor, the outcasts of corporations. We fight for those who find a home with us, those I promised to protect. This mission worries you, and I get that. I do. Which is why I'm not asking you to attack your old brothers in arms, but rather just carry out the same attacks you did countless times before, under different command.
You want to attack a convoy to reignite a war?
Not precisely. Every battle has... We don't just... This mission will...
They found some ancient documents. Looks like they date back to the settlers, but they're written in a language I can't read.
And I thought you Technomancers were so well versed in our old dialects.
Maybe in Aurora. In Abundance, we're soldiers first and last. We learned some colonial knowledge during training, but the languages are barely taught. The Great Master was the only one who had that kind of knowledge.
So, now you need a Technomancer from Aurora to translate. I might know of someone. A renegade of sorts who left Shadowlair to become a hermit. Word was, though, your former comrades captured him. If he managed to hide what he was, He's probably a captive in one of their forced labor camps.
And getting to him won't be easy.
Exactly. But if you want your document translated, you might just have to find a way.
I think I know the camp Dandolo mentioned to you. It sounds like their main camp, so I wouldn't be surprised if the man you're looking for is there. And I want to go with you. Have a few things to settle there. This is important to me, Zachariah. What they do to the prisoners there is inhuman. I just want to help as many as I can.
You're not telling me something, are you?
I was a prisoner there once. I can't tell you what they did to me. I'm just asking you. Take me with you.
I get why you'd want to free him, but it also makes me nervous about letting you tag along. If we get there and you let your emotions run away with you, it's my life you're risking too.
You know me better than that. You've seen me keep my cool in the worst situations. Think about it all you want, but I'm the one who knows that camp by heart, remember? It's gonna be more dangerous for you to go in without me.